All right. So, homework assignment was to make your server receive we already have the client receiving a message from the server, displaying it to the screen, proving it received something. Now we want the client to then respond to the server by sending a message back, right? All right, so we should be able to, so we're effectively getting two-way communication between our client and our server working. All right, how'd that go?
Easy.
Well, you were whining about it in my office this morning.
I fixed it in 3 minutes after.
It couldn't have been that easy then. I fixed it in 3 minutes after. So easy as in like Time Warner cable installation.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's a whole different level. Yeah.
All right, so
it was easier when I was.
So let's go back here. So there's really no parties at Concordia for political things? That doesn't seem right. There isn't like Democrats and Republicans for like student office?
I mean, we're at Concordia, so
but those things don't translate down?
I know there's like a Republican club, and there's also a Libertarian. The Libertarian club was new. Well, yeah, but those are like clubs for the national parties, not parties for people running for student. Oh, true.
I mean, because if students are voting for you,
government has quite the broad number of issues that it would require a party system.
Well, my experience is they wish they did.
Maybe.
I mean, it seems like student government seems to want to like be part of like more things than they probably should be. It seems like.
Yeah, the university's never going to allow that though.
Isn't that a true statement? Like it seems like student government wants to like have a say in like where on campus new dorms get built and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, you're going to change all that, right? What role are you running in?
Chief student officer.
Chief student. Okay, and what is that person? What's that role? What's the description of that role?
The liaison between SJ and administration.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be the guy that says we don't want this dorm here. This is too far of a walk outside.
Building a tunnel, right?
The actual rates built just for SJ members.
we're gonna build a skywalk. Man, you need to do that. There should be a skywalk from the parking garage to Coburg.
That'd be a long bill.
Well, you got to walk it outside. I mean, how many of you live in Coburg that have to park in the parking garage? I mean, none of you in here?
Well, now they made it. Well, they did make it so juniors could park outside on the surface lot, but then they.
Isn't that ageism?
No, because juniors could be any
Oh,
age.
we're opposed to this, right?
Juniors could be any age. It's just they gotta be smart.
Well, we got to get ahead of this. You got to get ahead of this.
No comment.
So you have to be a junior in order to park.
Well, that's what it was last semester. Now I think they made it.
Senior.
It's back up to senior now because they had too many problems with that, I guess.
Okay, and how do they determine if you're a senior? Is it it's a sticker?
Credit numbers.
They give you a sticker.
No, yeah. I mean, so basically, a senior gets a sticker for their car.
Everyone
So that
gets a
means if
sticker.
you're a senior but you don't have a car on campus, you can go and get the senior sticker car, sell it to a non-senior, and now they can park.
You could do that. I was going to do that for
the kid
somebody.
got a ticket or something. And
Because it's the license plate too.
yeah,
But yeah, you
But
have to register the car, but you could do that.
Conkle did it, and what happened was he registered a car and a bike, and the guy parked the car and the bike in the same parking spot, so it should make a big difference, right?
Yeah.
Well, campus safety decided to be pains in the butt and go give him tickets. So then when
Oh,
he
I would
went there to
contest
go get
that.
a
I would
ticket,
go to the Supreme Court.
they had
If
a
I
litigation.
parked my bike with my car in one spot, you should be paying me money because I'm not taking up two spots.
So we're gonna take that to the Supreme Court. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a motorcycle.
You don't have to permit a bicycle on campus.
You park in the same parking spot.
Let's argue the finer spots of campus parking.
Yeah, what?
There is though. Why would that?
Yes.
I mean, one time I was on campus with my boat, and usually I get to one of the. If you park out by campus safety, there's a pull through, so I could pull through and use 2 spots. But this particular day, they didn't have that, so I only could park out here by the lake. So I just backed the boat into 1 spot, disconnected it, and then pulled forward into the next spot. So when I was ready to leave, I just backed back up and recoupled. Recouple Christian worldview.
They say anything?
No. And my boat certainly doesn't have a parking sticker, and this car doesn't have a parking sticker either. I haven't had a Concordia parking sticker for 2 cars. 2 cars ago I had that.
They know it's yours.
I think they don't only care at night.
Yeah.
Like they don't care during the day.
I mean, I went through at least 10 vehicles without getting one, so.
Yeah, I went in to get a new sticker after I got 2 cars ago, and they didn't know how to give me a new sticker. They pointed me to some website to request a sticker or something.
You have to register your car.
Yeah, it was the same plates. Like the plates didn't change. It's like, oh, you got to go here, and I went to those places that it didn't exist. So I just stopped. I just figured I'll deal with this if they ever give me a ticket.
That's what I did.
And I probably parked in those guest spots like 30 times before they finally gave me a ticket when I first started here. And I went in to pay it, and I was telling the guy, I guess I'm kind of a realist. I said, well, the way I see it, this was pretty good front door parking value. It was like like a $25 ticket or something like that. I said, I've parked there so many times. I mean, this is less than $1 a time. I mean, this is equivalent to valet parking at Concordia. And if I was a entrepreneurial spirited student during beginning of the semester when parking is a problem, I would run a valet parking service on the Circle Drive. It would make so much money.
Because it's all poor college kids.
It's like, no problem, Dr. Lipman. You come out, you hand them $5, and they go off sprinting to the parking garage to get your car. Man, I might actually do that when there wasn't like a parking shortage. Just because I like making people work. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, you charge them both ways. It's $5 to park the car and $5 to get it.
Yeah, well, you got to tip them.
And
Right.
Tip, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it usually works at restaurants. There's a valet parking fee, and then you feel obligated to give them money,
Tip valets even?
Yeah.
I don't personally believe in it, but that's the way it should work.
Dollars. Well, you
I'd tip like a
everyone
$1,
in America,
maybe.
okay?
I used to be, like when I had my company, I had the Awesome Fat stuff all over my car. When I first pulled in, I would say, make sure that people can see it. And then when I came out, if they parked it someplace where you could see it, I'd give them a big tip.
Nice.
But if they didn't, I'd give them nothing, and I would tell them why. Say, look, did I just see you pull out of a parking garage? I thought I said make sure they can see it.
One guy just parks in the middle of the street. Leaves it there.
Come back, there's food on it.
Oh,
Everybody saw it.
usually they would get to know me downtown because I went out to a lot of restaurants down there. They would literally just leave it right there in the front of the valet parking stand. They wouldn't even move it.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that deserves a tip.
Must work for them too.
That's it.
Yeah, really working.
What's this?
It's smart. They can get a bigger tip and not have to move it. Smart.
I just had a doctor's appointment about an hour ago, and he told me this was a quote from my doctor. He said, "You are a metabolic freak show." So he said, based on my weight, my life expectancy is 58. That's the starting point. But he said, based on your weight, all these like number panels, you just took all this blood. I told you I had like a gallon of blood taken last week. Said all these numbers should be off. Like I should look like I'm dying, but like my numbers are perfect. Well, one of the numbers wasn't so perfect. I got a brain tumor thing going, but that's like not a cancerous thing. That's like a pituitary tumor. I don't know. They think
I was about to say, grab your boat.
they have to. They're gonna get in there with one of those screwdriver things. You know what the things they used to use the augers, yeah. The same thing they used to do ice fishing. All right.
Ask them if you can keep it afterwards. Price fishing it.
All right. So here's our server. Our server. We started writing this broadcast last time, but that's kind of where we stopped before I gave the assignment. So here's the server. They get an incoming connection. They say they're listening. They accept an incoming connection. This should be our client file descriptor. And I think we proved last time that is indeed the client file descriptor, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we are. This was our broadcast from last time, so only one guy was receiving it. Let's see, that's okay for right now. Just for the sake of argument for a second,
It works.
I'm going to take this guy. So rather than using broadcast just for a moment, just to do the homework assignment portion of this, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to send a message to client FD. Message we're going to send is message, and it's going to be string length of message. All right, so like that. Who?
You have asterisk and then a random parentheses in front of client.
Oh, I gotcha. All right, so this will have one incoming connection, so we're just going to do it for one. So even though this guy's going to go back to listening, we'll handle all of it right here since receive is going to block. So this will take one incoming connection, receive the connection, create a message, send the message. That's all it's doing right now. And then after it sends the message, it's going to loop back around and listen again. So this should effectively give us our multiple clients connecting thing that we were trying to accomplish at the end of last class. Because I don't like that it opens it on the bottom.
Ah, I suppose for that
Shit.
screen, it's more annoying.
Oh, we're not even in that folder. Okay, that's fine. That's in the broadcast. Just want to make sure it actually compiled. Yep. All right, so that guy's now listening. Let's create a new terminal over here. CD chat client. Right now, our client
Receives it and tells it that it receives it.
our server. So here's our receive. We failed here. Otherwise, we print out what the server reply was. And then we loop back up and waiting for another reply. All right, because we were putting ourselves in the mode of for broadcast at the end of last class. All right, so there's our hello. If I run it on a different screen, let's just do it again here. We'll do CD chat client ./a out. So there's hello again. All right, so both these guys are blocking, waiting for the next connection. But what we want to do is we want to have both of those guys write back to the server some piece of information. So just like the server sent a message. So here's the server send message stuff. I'm just going to copy those two lines. We'll come into our client, and after we receive a message here, we'll go ahead and write back Yoyo. Is there a space in there? There's probably a tab in there. Perfect. All right. And we're going to send back to who. We have our sock FD. So that's who we're writing over our connected socket this message with a string length of message and no options. And then, so that's the client writing back. Then we need to tell our server to actually receive. So we'll go ahead and I'll copy up to this point here. Go back into the server. So after the server sends, they're going to go into receive mode. And let's see, error is just an int, right? Do we have error anyplace else in here?
You gotta change it to like error.
Oh, we can just use it again.
Actually, what was that? Never mind. That was in
All right. So there's that. We'll go there and do that and that. All right. So we'll try to receive from client FD into. We need to have something that we can receive something into. So we'll go ahead just quickly create a char pointer called the reply. This guy's going to be equal to malloc 2,000 times size of char, just to practice that. We know size of char is actually going to be 1, so we could have just put a 2,000 in there. All right, and so we're going to receive our reply inside of the reply, and then size of the reply. All right, otherwise the server will reply out the reply. Okay, so server gets an incoming connection, sends a message, then blocks and waits for a reply, and ultimately spits the reply out. After he's gotten the reply and he's done what he's going to do, he spins back up and listens again. All right, so let's go ahead and kill that. Oh, that's right. So always got to kill these guys off first, don't we? It's reading from an empty pipe. Okay, empty socket. All right, now he's listening. New terminal. Chat client. GCC. I don't think we actually changed our code for chat client, but we'll compile it again anyways. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we did. We did change it.
But I don't think you imported the
Strings age.
chat client to handle that. Or in chat client, yeah.
Just as good. All right, so we are connected, reply received, there's hello from the server, which then should trigger the client to send a message back to the server, and it should be Yoyo with a nice crisp tab in between it. Look how legit that looks, Chastity. Yo. Yo, yo. I learned a new word for my 200 class.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Chill. Like,
Chill?
yeah, like he was.
CHILL.
Yeah, I think. Like, oh yeah, he was chill.
This is a new one for you.
Yeah.
Did you go to the 90s or?
Huh?
Did you skip the 90s or?
Well, I was older in the 90s. That wasn't cool in my day.
Was it chill?
Wait, hold on, you weren't alive in the 90s, were you?
95.
barely
Okay,
conscious.
when did you start using the word chill? I don't think
Straight
it.
out the womb. It was chill. Right?
Turn around and said, "It's like, Mom, stay frosty."
That's funny because I actually came out without oxygen, so I was blue. So
Nice.
Kind of.
Oh yeah, so you had like a Mr. Freeze thing going on. That's good. Did they have to like revive you? Was it touch and go for a bit?
Yeah, I think for like a little bit. I had been like strangling myself with the
Umbilical cord? Nice.
I don't want to leave. Don't even
So,
work
so
out
did they
there.
teach you about this chill from Netflix and chill?
That's a very different chill.
That's a very, very.
That's a show?
Alternate.
No. It's the only show I watch. So
Why
Netflix
do you
and
think
chill,
I need
it used
internet
to
so
be
bad?
It used to be like the, you want to come over and like hang out with your like girlfriend or significant.
Oh,
other.
so now it's a new phrase.
Yeah.
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and
No,
chill is
no,
like, hey, you
not
want to hang
watch
out?
Netflix.
No, it's
Okay.
like you want
Very
to hang out.
specific. It became.
I got you. I got you. It's evolved into something that means
Yes.
let's not watch TV.
Yeah.
That's chill.
But that sounds like a different definition of chill than.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
the alternate.
That was-
I'm really not chilling. I'm not chilling. You're
I got it.
Urban
There's a
dictionary,
church
that
that I
would be the
saw
second
that-
entry.
There's a church that I saw that had a billboard that said, "Come Netflix and chill with us."
Oh, gosh.
I don't think they were using it right.
That's not how this works.
So they had somebody like. Now, what's funny is this happens with every generation. When I was younger, you would look at older people and you would say like, oh, well, they don't get it. They're not hip or whatever. They don't. Yeah, not rad, right? They don't get the modern day lingo. Yeah, but now that's me. I miss stuff. Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, but so they were telling me about it in the context of the student who they were on a mission trip to Guatemala and he ended up in a Guatemalan prison. I told you about that in here, right? Yeah. So I said, well, this was several weeks ago. I think they taught me the word. I've just been practicing it. That's why it came back up. Trying to use it in the correct context. So they said, well, was he upset? Blah, blah, blah. I said, no, he was pretty chill. I mean, so that means like he was cool with it, like not a big deal.
Or some bad stuff happened.
Or by the Netflix definition here, chilling in a Guatemalan prison is not good. That's
Very bad.
that's oh, so you have an opinion on that one?
Honestly, I don't think that. Oh, actually, I can't say that Guatemalan film prisons have to be recorded for the close they did recently, but
Yeah.
they probably won't be getting.
Were you on that trip?
No.
Oh, because you probably would end up in a Guatemalan prison. But you would have fixed that place with your ideals.
We would have gotten.
Had them walled off in seconds.
All right. How did it even come up? What did I say? Oh, yeah, there was the yo-yo thing. Then I said something about chill. Yeah, see? Do people even say yo-yo anymore? That's just me.
That's
They're
really
like, hey,
just
pass
you.
me that yo-yo.
Oh, yeah. See,
Here you go.
I walk into the cafeteria and I'll talk to Gretchen. And she says, hey, Mike, is a yo-yo? And I'm thinking like I'm being cool and hip. Okay?
This is
But
not the 80s.
kind of what you're saying is I'm sort of just chilling with myself.
Yeah.
The new yo is so.
See, just see how quickly I integrated that into my vocabulary? Okay. I've evolved in front of all of you.
That was impressive.
I know. See, Abe still doesn't get it. He wants to pretend like he does.
That's why I kept telling you, no, we can't put a TV on the boat.
Oh, but you said you have bad data anyways, so we wouldn't be able to stream the Netflix, but we wouldn't need that. That's what you're saying.
We need
Why do you need to stream?
You're gonna put a TV in your
So your neighbors can't.
No, we're not going to put.
Okay.
We're not going to put a TV in the boat because if we're doing the Netflix and chill thing.
But you need the Netflix as sort of the like
Background.
the subterfuge.
Oh.
Something. You can't just be like, hey, you want to come over and chill because they know what's up, right? You're gonna be like Netflix.
I get it. So if Netflix actually is part of this. It's just not. You're not paying attention to Netflix.
I mean, unless it gets boring, then you can. It's a backup.
I think you're doing something wrong if you're getting bored.
You've never multitasked like that?
Just
Damn, getting old.
Get off the Ryan
get
Gosling.
too focused. What's that?
How else is he supposed to get off the Ryan Gosling?
All right. Let's chill and get back on task. In that order.
This one.
All right. All right. So now we have our server sending back out, receiving a message from the client. So we have some back and forth. Now, having said that, if we think about modern servers, for example, let's say we're talking to an SMTP server. Let's see. Let me come up with a good. We can use this one. So I'm going to open up a terminal here, and hopefully they don't block it. Concordia on campus does. So hopefully this. So we'll do telnet SMTP out. Oh, first of all, let me stop here. What is SMTP? What is that guy?
Email. I forget the.
Yeah, that's all I'm looking for. It's the send mail mail protocol. All right, so this is the guy you use to send a mail message out to somebody else. Okay, so there's various SMTP servers out there. That's just a socket server that happens to be speaking the SMTP protocol. Okay, so we're going to connect to smtp.secureserver.net on port 80. This is GoDaddy's SMTP server, just the one I had in mind. Google has one too, but they're on non-traditional ports. Then again, so is this. SMTP's traditional TCP IP port is 25. This guy might listen on 25, actually. Let's find out. Doesn't look like it. But pretty sure he listens on 80. Oh, no, he doesn't. smtp.secureserver.net. Typically, but this one, because it's a separate machine, they listen on 80.
By the way, I think you forgot to keep something in your understand all day today. Remember
You get that one out of context. What's funny is Haxton's eyes lit up.
You wanted to go get it.
Let's see, why is this SMTP? Oh, no, it's SMTP out. I started typing it earlier and then untyped it and forgot to retype it. There we go. All right, so now we're talking to SMTP server at GoDaddy, one of their clients. So we would speak the SMTP language to them. So we just received a response from the server. So this is equivalent to the server sending, our server sending a hello. So this is telling us we've connected, blah, blah, blah. Now we should be able to say something like hello, LOL, something like that. That's the correct HELO, by the way. So did it not like our, it's telling us we have to try again. Okay, HELO, let's just do that. SMTP protocol. Simple mail transport protocol. Oh, here, I bet you could find an example for sending mail. Yeah, usually you would start off with a hello. Let's type in mail and see if it that's the wrong screen.
Works perfectly
How can
fine.
you- It burns my eyes. The network tabs open.
All right, so you did HELO,
Yeah,
and then that's it.
yeah. Right, I'm getting it right.
Well, it requires a valid address.
It didn't connect right the first time.
Oh, is that the problem?
Yeah, well, the server error. Try again later.
All right, then we should be able to say mail. What is it? 2. Mail from. So actually, this will be a fun little exercise. Oh, it was because this is GoDaddy server. They want me to authenticate before I could just randomly use this thing to send email to somebody. But if you can find an SMTP server that doesn't require authentication, this would be how you could send mock emails as if it's from people like real easily. So you could write your own like C program or something like that, or anything that can connect to a socket, and just like you could write it to have your own from and to and all that stuff, and you can send just inappropriate emails from whoever. Like I would have Yenter send emails to. I mean, it's actually kind of scary how easy it is to send emails. And actually, there's a lot of SMTP servers do not require authentication.
By design, or they just
By historical design, because the early SMTP servers, which are based on SendMail, it's a Unix application, install by default without authentication. So, but whatever. But the punchline here is what I really wanted to show you here, is less about how do you send emails as if it's not from you. But I'm sure there's a website that would let you do that, by the way. It's more about what we're building right now is kind of the construct for building any of these things. We just connected. We opened up, when I used Telnet, I opened up a socket connection to SMTP server, or SMTP out.secureserver.net. It was, what happened?
Pointless call from Time Warner.
What, still no internet?
No, they're like the contractor should be calling you today. I'm like, you had to
Did you
call
tell them
twice.
that you Netflix and chill?
Yeah. You
Just,
can't Netflix and chill without Ryan Gosling on the TV.
with the Time Warner contractor?
Yeah, well, how are you going to Netflix and chill with the contractor if you don't have Netflix?
I know.
obviously does the job first.
I have to chill with my
All right. So, in any case, this is just a socket connection that's opening up, and then we're having a back and forth conversation between we're the client in this case, they're the server, we're producing the exact same thing here. All right. So, does this pretty much fulfill the homework assignment? Client connects, receives a response from the server, which it was already doing. Now the server responds, then the client responds back to the server receives something. So with that in mind, we could ask the server to do different things. We might build in a chat protocol, as we get farther down the road here, where there might be, by default, we broadcast stuff, but if we start off our command with a, maybe like send, then followed by like a person's name or something like that, we can send a private message that would only show up on one person's screen, that kind of stuff. All right, so we're effectively solving the same problem as any of these servers that we've all heard of solve. HTTP, the exact same thing. If I come over here, I do telnet, google.com, port 80, that's going to open up that, and we say get index.html. We're talking to Google's web server, right? So, every one of those things are all the same. They're all just socket servers. All right. Okay, so let's go back now. So our next step, and we started doing this last time, is when we establish a connection with our server. So now we know how to have our server receive a message. So let's go ahead and let's pull that into a function just so we can tell our server to be able to easily receive messages. So let's go ahead and do void get from client. And let's see, this is technically... we're not going to add it because it's not going to make a whole lot of sense in this context. Well, actually, it will make sense because we're ultimately going to be spawning off children. We'll be forking children that could be dealing with Abe.
Are we going to be using fork?
We will. Because we want to be able to handle incoming requests from different clients, right? Right now, this server is busy sitting there listening, right? He's waiting for new incoming clients. Well, if I've already connected and Abe's already connected, and we want to send messages back and forth to each other where I type something, the quote in our world right now, the server's receiving that message, my server is busy waiting for the next incoming connection. So somebody has to be there having a communication with me, right? And that's going to be the process that spawns off to deal with my back and forth communication. And then they are going to broadcast out to everybody else. Make some sense? But right now we're keeping it, I guess, serialized in a single thread so that for your next homework assignment, you'll be able to have back and forth communication between multiple people. But we want to have our broadcast work initially.
Does C have asynchronous sockets or no?
C, yeah. Well, it's not C. It would be, is it A? Actually, I think it's normal. It's the normal socket library. Wait, hold on. A socket can't be asynchronous. The use of a socket would be asynchronous.
Correct.
So you would have to have C. I'm sure there's there's multiple C libraries that you can get that allow you to use a stream socket asynchronously.
Yeah.
They would just spawn off two child threads, or yeah. I mean, it's not the socket itself hasn't changed because the socket by definition is asynchronous, right?
Yep.
If you actually, with that in mind, you could do it without a third party because you can give a flag to receive to not block.
Oh.
Yeah, which let me show you that real quick. And receive. Let's see. Oh, it was just up there. Don't wait. Message, don't wait. So this tells it to enable non-blocking operation. So you could tell it to not wait. But then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to build in a thing for it to keep checking. Because that ship has sailed. Or you'll have to throw it into its own process, or more modernly, a thread. Okay, so let's get back here. So we want to now get this idea of broadcasting kind of built up. So what I want to do here, we'll go ahead and we'll just keep our reply working rather than take other things out of here. But what I want to do is after we have gotten our client connection, here's our client FD. So that guy's printing out the client anyways. So here was our first incoming connection that had a FD of 4. Let's go ahead and connect a second time. I'll just kill this guy off. We'll connect again. Here's our server. Notice this guy has a client connection of 5, client FD of 5. If I kill this off, we'll connect again. It seems like it's probably going to be 6 since we're a single user on this guy. Yep, so that's 6. So effectively, if we want to broadcast to these different file descriptors, we need to keep track of an integer array, right? We started doing that last time, and if I remember correctly, we were doing it the cool kid way, right? With Malik and stuff, and then it seemed like it wasn't working, probably because there was too much Netflix and chill. Something. All right, so let's go down here, and I'm going to take out our reply here. So this is when we send something to the client. So we're just sending hello. This is when we're getting our reply. So we'll just dump that. So we'll make this server so we're going to broadcast our message to our collection of clients and keep track of the number of connected clients, because we talked last time that arrays don't know how to hold or don't know how many elements are in them. All right, so up here somewhere we have our clients. So here's our integer pointer clients, and we've decided the maximum number of clients is 1,000 times size of it. So this is going to give us enough memory for that. When a new connection comes in, we'll set clients at bucket number of connected clients plus plus equal to the client FD that just came in, and we proved that that guy's a real number, at least seemingly a unique number. So we'll go ahead and we're going to broadcast to all of these guys. So we're storing them inside of this array. Broadcast is going to take in the message that we're sending, our array of clients, and then how many clients are in there. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to do some printing. So we're going to do a printf trying to send to client with FD %D, and this is going to be clients at bucket I. And we'll put a \n in there. All right, and I'm guessing this is where it died last time. Actually, we can test that real quick. Let's see if those are the same value. It's my belief those should be the same value. All right, so we're going to say who we're trying to send this to, then we're going to actually try to send it to that person, the message, string length in the message, and we'll get rid of that guy because let's just have this guy say sent. All right. So broadcast, here's the message that we're going to broadcast, which is a standard message here. In fact, let's actually go ahead and pull that message outside of the while loop so we don't create new memory every single time through there. And we're no longer going to do a normal send. Now we're just going to do the broadcast. So every single time we have an incoming connection, we'll listen, we'll grab the incoming connection, we'll say the client was connected, we'll give the unique client FD for that guy. We'll add that client to our array of connected clients, incrementing number of connected clients each time through. We'll broadcast a message to all of those clients. Here's the number of clients. This broadcast guy is going to go through and do all of the stuff we just wrote. All right, so let's get this guy killed first. All right, so now we should be able to safely kill our server, recompile, run. This guy's listening. We'll have this client go ahead, we'll recompile. This client will go ahead and connect. So we are connected, reply received. There's our hello. Our server should be saying it's trying to send. Yep, so those two numbers were equivalent to each other, 4 and 4. So remember, this was my cool kid version. Then it's going to say sent. All right, great. Let's go ahead and connect with another client. This client has maintained an open connection. All right, so now we'll go ahead and cd chat client ./a.out. We are connected. So this guy is currently blocking, waiting to receive. This guy, I think, received the message again. So there's his message again. But let's see out over here. It says we're trying to send to client 4. We're also trying to send to client 5. Oh, look at that. Why did that go to 0? That is the initial value of memory. So with that in mind, my cool kid version did not work. It's very upsetting. Well, we shouldn't. I mean, it's just that these two aren't equivalent. They were the first time, but this is clients plus I times size of int. All right, well, so the quick fix for this will be that. Kill off both clients here. Restart our server. There's hello. This guy received hello as well. This guy received his second hello. If we connect another client, he'll receive another hello. So it is broadcasting now to everybody, but the question is, it's not really that important of a question, but why is that a 0 that second time? This should be the base address plus whatever I is times size of int. I'm just not walking memory correctly. Well, we'll debug that later. All right. In any case, this broadcast is currently working. All right. So next step is, like we mentioned a few minutes ago, we would like our clients now. So we've proven that our server can spit a hard-coded string out to as many clients as well, up to 1,000 connected clients, right? That seems to be working, so we can broadcast. But what we'd like to do now is we'd like to have our clients be able to, once they've connected, be able to send a message. And so maybe they get a little prompt printed on their screen. When they write something, that message then gets broadcast to all other connected clients. That makes sense? All right. So we need to solve this problem in terms of what we know how to do, in terms of what we learned this semester. Right now, our server blocks while it's listening for a new incoming connection. What we're going to need to do is, once a new incoming connection comes into existence, we're going to fork a child. Awkward pause. Okay. We're going to fork a child process off so that that guy can now communicate with that one connected client. And when that client sends a message like, hey, how is everybody doing? That's going to go to that child process, who's then going to broadcast that to all of the other children, or all the other connected clients, rather. Which means that, well, I don't want to give too much of it away. There are two ways you can accomplish this that make sense. You can either share, make the connected clients array available to everybody, or you can broadcast information to all of the children and have them send the message to their respective connected client sockets. Make sense? All right, so next homework assignment, due Friday, is to allow your clients to send a message and the server then broadcast that message to all other connected clients, with the caveat that your server needs to be able to keep accepting new incoming connections. So somewhere in there, you're going to have to use the fork system call. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to have the server listening for new incoming connections. That make sense? So now we're doing a broadcast server where the server isn't just spitting out hello to everybody. It's spitting out whatever each individual connected client sends in. For this assignment, you do not need to omit broadcasting the message back to the guy who sent it. So if I send out, hey, how is everybody? I'm going to see to my screen, hello, how is everybody? Spit back out. So it's not going to know who I was. It's just going to, that actually shouldn't be that hard to do, but you don't have to spend the time doing that. Questions, comments, concerns, bribes?
Netflix and chills?
It's Netflix and chills, or Netflix and chill?
And chill.
Chill, okay. Yeah, I'll think about it.